Bye. I I'm still not happy about it. I really enjoy streaming. It's if I were to use a blasphemous term, it's kind of like my Sunday church. I get to do whatever. I get to talk about everything that bothers me. I get to go over all these little things that I don't get to deal with in real life or over the week. It's not something that, I enjoy doing all day, every day, but it has its places. No, that's a lie. I really do enjoy streaming all day, every day. So people have had to make me stop. It's like you're losing money by streaming too much. And people are gonna get bored. They're not gonna want to come see your channel anymore. People don't still haven't found my channel, so whatever. I went to a modern tournament the other day and I brought this Chandra deck with me. And I just played with it like this. No sleeves, nothing, because I know that when I do this, every magic, every single one. It's one of my favorite tactics on throwing people off mentally because they don't view this deck as a tool, as a toy, as a game. They view this as a commodity. Because they view it as a commodity, when I do this, they only see the damage being done to every individual card. They can't get past that because I don't know the value that's in my deck. I do have a couple of valuable cards in this deck. But to be honest, the only valuable ones are Arclight Phoenix, which I have like 30 of them. But I don't know why it's valuable, since there's just a bunch of them, in my view. My former roommate, she helped me sort out my land cards one day, and then she got pissed off at me because I would not consider selling my collection. The excuse she used um, was that I am too old to play cards anymore. Bruh, dude, have you seen the age of people playing Magic the Gathering these days, especially modern tournaments? They're all in their like 30s, dude. I was going against this one dude. This one guy that I had a match against, he had sold off his collection for something admirable. He sold off his collection so that he could start a food truck business. And I was like, yeah, that's how you do it right there. But see, my roommate, who was confused and thought that she was my girlfriend and or future wife, she's not even a lesbian. She doesn't like women. And she especially did not like trans women. So I don't know where she got that idea. I think she was trying to save me from myself. If only she could save me from the trans mind control, then maybe I would sell off my magic cards and give her the money to spend on, I don't know, the most expensive taco restaurant in the city. And the only reason why she wanted to go to that restaurant specifically was because it was quote unquote the best and most expensive. But if you know better, you know that the best tacos come from a truck for like $5. That's that there have been studies on the deliciousness of tacos, and they found out that if it comes from a truck and it's fairly cheap, it probably tastes better than anything you can get in a sit down restaurant. I'll tell you what. The taco place up from me is it's a weird place. It's like a taco restaurant, but also it's like a convenience store. It's really confusing. So like there's all these gas station stuff up in front, and in the back there is the taco counter to get tacos. And the tacos there, they're not taco truck quality, but if I had to go to a convenience store to get my tacos, that's the one I would go to. But it's also a lot closer than every other restaurant. So next to it is a little home-owned coffee shop. It's run by I want to say Indian guy, but I'm not sure. When I went in there, I was like, all right, you guys, look at this deck. You tell me what's legal. They took out 4 cards. I don't remember which. And then they figured out that they could make a profit by selling me thought scours for a quarter a piece. And I was like, yeah, sure. Why not? I know I've got some of these in there somewhere, but I don't really feel like going through them. I was so depressed after the things that I had to deal with from people that lived with me. That I didn't want to touch my cards at all. When I started cleaning up, I have just like started unloading all of my boxes that I just kind of threw in a closet in the corner over there. Working on my messiness, and I've got more shelves coming on the way. So I'm hoping that I can set up some of these things on a display better than they are now, but I might have to actually get more shelves. Because I also gotta, most of the shelving that I got is actually bookshelves. So I can put books up somewhere. Oh, I haven't showed you my, hold on. Yeah, I'm gonna get to Sakurai and Kojima eventually. So the thing that I did with the bowl, I did with this Phoenix coin that I got. It didn't turn out the best. It was a good practice, and I'm sure that artisans that have been playing around with resin for longer than I have could do a better job. And I could probably clean it up a lot more with some fine grained sandpaper, but I can't find the stuff that I had laying around. I might have to go buy some more or something. But anyway, the plan with this coin right here is I'm going to lose it somewhere. And I want to see where it ends up. I don't know if it'll end up anywhere, but that's the plan. Lose that coin somewhere. We'll see. Put my toy swords up here. This one's technically the real one. Technically, I say, because it's not sharpened. It is a fencing sword. Not like fencing, like epee fencing, fencing like I can't think of one ubiquitous term, so I'm just going to say kendo fencing. That's the intent of this, and it's made by some people that specialize in making fencing weaponry. So, I use nail polish to piece tie it. Piece tie, if you are in the um, con-going community, peace tying is putting orange colors on the end of weaponry so that people know that it's not dangerous. Yeah, that's pretty stupid. Um, but just to show, not sharp, not even a little bit. It is just a hunk of metal. Mind you, it is still a hunk of metal that has a wedge on it, so it can still do damage. But it's not going to be able to kill anybody in one hit. You know. Every so often, you're supposed to, if you have a metal sword like this, you're supposed to take it out and clean it off. Use lemon juice. You're not gonna follow me? Am I moving too fast for you? Okay. Supposed to clean it off with lemon juice, and then you go over it with some toji oil so that it doesn't rust and damage. That's one of the things that con goers and anime enthusiasts don't get about their metal weaponry. And the reason why, if you go into a weeb's collection of anime swords, they're all rusty, is because they don't take care of them. Because they don't care about the weapon, they care about it's a commodity. But even then, they don't take care of it like you should if you view it as a commodity. Some people view them as toys instead of commodity. But a lot of people are expecting that when they buy something like this, that they get a return on their investment. And this isn't like, oh, they're going to get their money back and then some down the line. This is a, in case of emergency break glass, I need to sell this, give me money type of value. Uh, so people buy products like toys, like Cloud back there, and they expect that when the going gets tough, then at least they'll have these commodities, these toys that they can sell because they have value behind them. Now, the problem with that is when you take it out of the box, as soon as you do, it loses a lot of its value because the box is part of the commodity in this context. You can't prove that it's in perfect condition if it's outside the box. If it's been opened before, that cloud behind me, I got it as part of the collector's edition, and then as soon as I received it in the mail, I realized that I could never open it because opening it and just enjoying the nice things damages the value. Another thing that my roommate was super jealous of was that cloud figure, and because she knows what the dollar amount on that cloud figure is, so all she sees is she sees all of my toys and my goodies and stuff. She sees the value, and she sees how much she can make off of it, because she would better invest that money in shitty tacos. Yeah, it doesn't make much sense to me either. But you understand the mentalities that I'm trying to get across here. You know the people that judge others for buying toys, for playing with toys, for owning things. And I'm still not sold on the way that Magic, the Gathering, does their values, because they're not doing it on purpose. They're doing it because others, individuals, ask the company. They lobby the company to maintain the value of their commodity, of their investment. That's why Black Lotuses are so expensive. It's because you can't buy a new one. Now, I'm all for graded collectibles and just having those from years and years and years ago. But why don't we have a Black Lotus reprint today? And the reason behind that's pretty obvious. And no, it's not because it's overpowered in the game, because it's still legal in other variants like Vintage. Yeah? The only people that play Vintage are assholes, to be honest. Anyway, I found this LO water bottle, ELLO, because it says water tastes better in glass. And I was kind of upset at these AG1 plastic bottles that came with it, and look, but I still like AG1, so let's see how this works out. Left my vitamin D on the page. Now I'm just seeing a shaker bowl. Gross. Hey, there's a lock on it. And it's leak proof. Yeah, I don't get paid for any of these directly. I just kind of hope that I've been playing with my AR glasses too much. I don't get paid for any of these things. I just kind of hope that they call me back and be like, hey, man, thanks. Day. CBD. Hey, how fast do you think I can get banned if I eat half a gummy on it? Well, these aren't CBD gummies. Those I use for sleeping upstairs. But these sour apple sativa gummy enhanced. I don't know what enhanced means. Maybe it means enhanced, like enhanced wheat flour. Just got a multivitamin shoved in there. Okay, by sticker. Okay, by sticker. Yeah, that's much better. I don't know why that is. Like slowly as I kept using the plastic bottles for it, like it got worse and worse every single time. No matter how much I washed them. It's gross just thinking about it. Hmm. Yeah, my room's still a mess. It's a work in progress. You know, I just opened up Pandora's box, and you can't put stuff back in the box, but you can throw them away. But the garbage trucks only come once a week, so I don't know how else to get rid of stuff if the garbage trucks only come once a week. Hmm. I think I still forgot to buy a pair of scissors. I had like 3 pairs of scissors. But you know what happens when you're around poor kids, right? They just like borrow the scissors. They need them for cutting out so many things from. They need to use them for cutting so many cereal box tops that they just kind of keep them, and then they forgot that they have them, and then they ask you for another pair, and then say, "Oh, I put the last one back," and then all of a sudden you're missing your 3 pairs of scissors, and hoping that you don't, wake up with 1 or 3 pairs in your back one day. The reason why I bring that up is because I want to put the Duke Nukem paper model together. Which, yeah, I do have a lot to talk about Duke Nukem. Duke Nukem is sexist, but on purpose, if that makes sense. It doesn't make sense. It sounds like an oxymoron. Um, or rather, it makes it worse when you say it like that, right? Um, No, but Duke Nukem is a parody of the real life action hero Manly Man. He's literally every single trope from every single action movie ever put together into one single person that is toxic as hell. That is the point of his character. And the entire time he's fighting demons of his own creation and calling himself the hero for it. In one particular point in Duke Nukem Forever. Yeah, I know. Duke Nukem Forever was super sexist and arguably not that great a game. I'll give you that. It was not that great of a game. But, the gameplay was all right and it was funny and it was loose and it was light and it had a lot of social commentary in it. People don't really see that deeply when they're critiquing games like Duke Nukem. Which, yeah, I get it, right? Um, one particular level in one level in particular that I think is extra interesting is uh in the titty slapping level. One of the levels is an alien level and like there's just boobs all over the wall everywhere and like the whole point is to slap the boobs or something as you make your way to go kill more aliens. And at one point, Duke Nukem, narcissist extraordinaire, again, that's his character. That is the way he is designed on purpose. It's not an accident. It's not like, oh, this is what you should be. It is he is toxic masculinity incarnate. That is his character, okay? There's nothing great about him. So anyways, two girlfriends are in this level. And they're in this level because this is a very very specific reason. And it's because in this level his girlfriends were, I guess they were kidnapped and impregnated by aliens. So Duke's only solution was to murder them because sex is cool, but pregnancy is fucking lame. Uh, which I guess is the commentary behind that. Um, and that's why games like these have a mature rating on them, is because kids don't understand the depth of the game. They don't understand the social commentary. They only see that surface level, and then people see those kids laughing at these jokes and thinking it's okay because they weren't the intended audience for a Duke Nukem game that's rated M, which indicates that, you know, 18 or older, or really cool parents that actually sit down with their kids and talk to them about the social commentary, which they will not do. They will never do that. So, you know, don't let kids play Duke Nukem. Is what I'm getting at here. This is why we can't have nice things. I might do karaoke later today. Depends on how I feel in a couple of hours after I streamed a whole bunch of shit I'm trying to catch up on. Um, hmm. Oh, the scientific method in vaccines. This one is a particularly strange argument because everybody's arguing the exact same thing. They're just using different words for it. So if I can like break it down, the conversation goes like this: one, vaccines are extremely important to public health. Two, uh, for older eradicated diseases, should we consider the fact that maybe those viruses no longer exist and that's why we don't see them in public anymore? Three, how the hell would we find out that information if every scientific journal is behind a fucking paywall? Four, uh, what is the scientific method anyway? You come up with a question or a hypothesis, and then you try to prove that hypothesis wrong in order to get a theory, a working theory. Uh, this is why we talk about theories in science as if no information is concrete. Because information, especially what we know about how the world works at a fundamental quantum level, we don't know any information about that. So all we have are to go on is theories. And as we improve those theories, so far, we've gotten from this down to the quantum level. But everything that we know, we still consider a theory. It's a working theory. The information we have is accurate and it works for every conceivable trial that we've put it through. But there's always going to be trials that we haven't thought of yet. There's always going to be new information that changes the foundation of how we understand science. So we're talking about the theory of gravity. We know that if we drop stuff, it falls. That is irrefutable fact. Why it does that specifically is still under consideration. That's gravitational theory. I was never a juggler. I can't actually juggle the way you're supposed to. What number was I on? 5? How come we don't know what's in vaccines? I mean, we do now. Now because of the uh, protesting and the Activision behind some of the groups that appear famously in the anti-science, anti-vax bills. Those groups. Through their actions, we have actually started to get ingredients lists for vaccines that we didn't have before, which is fan-fucking-tastic. We should know exactly what it is we're putting into our fucking bodies. We should know what it does and why. And more importantly, we should be taught in school how to understand that information as it's presented to us so that we don't have to continuously questioning things that other people know as fact because we were never taught. Or we don't have access to the scientific journals where we can learn that stuff. And we should be able to peer review them as citizens. no matter what your job is, because you don't know when you're going to have to come up against some science that is a hurdle in your path. You never know when you're going to be in that position where now you have to argue against several scientific journals that may be right or wrong because it is affecting your daily life. I mean, the people that are arguing with it and doing peer reviews, they should have their accreditation marks or their personal history, something that indicates what kind of person they are. Like, are they making fun of the journal? Are they looking at it from a plumber's perspective instead of a fecal doctor's perspective? Like, that way we can know exactly why people are talking about this stuff that they don't know anything about when they know a lot about it, you know? It's just that they're not supposed to know because that's not their job. They're not science enough. 6. Should the scientific theory be taught in schools? Yes. Yes, it should. Along with everything else that I just talked about. And why it's important. And how to use it as an engineer would. There was a oh man. What was that YouTube video that I saw? Um um I found that this engineering channel guy, the guy that was responsible for putting a Russian balloon in the air and then causing international fallout from it. I don't even care if that what I just said is 100% true or not. I want it to be. I'm still looking. I'm still looking. Still looking. Wait, is this it? Nope, nope. Ah, Mark Rober. Robber. Rober. He did this egg drop from space. Anyway, he's got this cool little kit at his website, crunchlabs.com. Get the holiday special, 2 free boxes. I don't know if that's still there, but I had to seriously consider buying it or not, and then I realized I don't need the toy box to learn engineering. I kind of do that stuff on my own. But I really want the boxes still. I just don't have the time to put them together. I really do. You know? Um, but yeah, this dude, Mark Robert, is amazing. And uh I think his boxes should be available at every elementary school for every student, regardless of grade or ability to afford that box. Because those boxes, they teach kids how to think like an engineer, and more importantly, put into context all of the stuff that they learn in school but don't know how to apply because they're never taught. This box teaches kids how to apply all that information in a much succinct and easier to understand way than what they're being taught in school now. And I think, I think that this is totally bipartisan. I think that parents on the conservative side and the cat moms on the other side that hate children can agree to this for the one thing that moms and cat moms have in common. Every once in a while, you just need the kids to be doing something so that they're out of your fucking hair. But yeah, check out crunchlabs.com. And if you're a politician, figure out how to get that stuff into the curriculum because that's the way forward. Applied sciences. Is that all I wanted to talk about? Can I, what's next? Hmm. I got this one. Which one did you get?